Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Let's do it. Always love getting into these profiles.
Well, today we're looking at Yolanda. She's an English tutor.
Okay, interesting. I'm curious to see what we can learn about, like what really makes a language tutor stand out from all the rest.
Right. What makes someone really good at it?
Right.
And maybe even pick up a tip or two for our own learning, right?
Exactly.
All right, so looking at her profile here, the first thing that really jumps out at me, it says right here she's completed 4,474 English sessions.
Wow. 4474, that's a lot of sessions. That's way more than just like dabbling in teaching. That's a serious commitment to helping people learn English.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's got to be like years of experience working with all sorts of different students, right?
Absolutely. I mean, think about all the different learning styles and all the different challenges and goals that she must have encountered in that many sessions. You just don't get that kind of insight from a textbook.
Right. It's all about practical experience, right?
Exactly.
And it looks like she's got a lot to offer. I mean, check this out. It says right here that she's bilingual, English and Spanish.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Being bilingual, I think it really gives her a unique edge, as a language tutor.
How so? What do you mean?
Well, think about it. When you're bilingual, you really get a deep understanding of how languages actually work. Not just the grammar, but the culture, too.
Ah, I see what you mean.
So she can draw on her own experience, right, with navigating two languages, and then use that to help her students, help them understand the nuances of English.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And then if you scroll down a bit, you'll also see that she's TESOL certified, and she's got over 7 years teaching experience with, get this, all ages and all levels.
Oh, she's done it all.
Yeah.
Hold on, TESOL certified. I know I've heard that before, but I can't quite remember what it stands for.
Yeah, sure. So TESOL, it stands for Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages. And basically, it's this internationally recognized certification that shows that she's gone through this specialized training in how to teach English as a second language or a foreign language, right?
So it's not just about like knowing English yourself. It's like knowing how to teach it effectively to other people, right?
Exactly. And it covers everything from lesson planning and language assessment to teaching methods and understanding the needs of those students specifically, those English language learners.
Okay, so it's pretty comprehensive. It sounds like it's a real mark of quality in the field.
Absolutely. And her years of experience teaching different students really just solidifies that expertise, like she's had all this time to actually use that knowledge and refine her teaching methods.
Yeah. It's one thing to have the theory, but putting it into practice is a whole other ball game. And speaking of real-world experience, it says here she's also worked with some major U.S. companies like Citibank and AAA. Can you believe that?
Wow. That's pretty impressive. I mean, that tells me that she probably has a lot of experience teaching business English, which is, it can be quite different from just like everyday conversation.
Right, like different vocabulary, different formality, things like that.
Exactly. Like she's got to understand the business world, the specific vocabulary they use, the communication styles, even like cultural nuances that are super important in a corporate environment.
So she's not just teaching English. She's teaching people how to use English effectively in a very specific context. That's really valuable.
Absolutely.
And get this, it also says that she's currently studying, wait for it, biological sciences at Arizona State University.
Biological sciences, huh? Wow, that's kind of unexpected.
Right? That seems so different from language teaching. What do you think? Do you think that kind of background, like a science background, could actually make her a better language teacher?
It's really interesting. On the surface, it doesn't seem like they'd be connected, but when you think about it, there are actually some links.
Okay, I'm listening. Tell me more.
I mean, studying science, it takes a lot of critical thinking. You got to pay attention to detail, and you have to break down these complex ideas into smaller, understandable pieces.
So those skills could be really useful in a teaching environment.
Right. And, her scientific background could actually make her lessons more engaging, too. Imagine, like, learning grammar while also learning about the science of language acquisition.
That's pretty cool. It's like a whole different way of looking at it.
Exactly.
So it seems like she's got a real passion for learning and exploring new things. Even outside her work, her profile says her hobbies are traveling, cooking, exploring new cultures, movies, and nature. That's a lot.
That's awesome. Those are all fantastic hobbies. And, those hobbies could actually become a really rich source of material for her English lessons.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And it could also help her connect with students on a more personal level, find common ground.
Absolutely. It's like built-in conversation starters for practicing English in a more natural and engaging way.
That's a great point. Okay, so let's dig a little deeper into what her courses actually offer. So under the section What My Courses Offer, it says fun and engaging lessons and real-life practice.
That's fantastic. That really points towards what we call communicative language teaching. It emphasizes using the language in real life situations, not just focusing on memorizing grammar rules.
Right, so it's more about actually using the language to communicate rather than just knowing the technicalities.
Exactly. And you can even see it in the next point where she says customized lessons and supportive environment. It really shows that she wants to make it a personalized learning experience where students feel comfortable practicing and, even making mistakes.
Which is so important. People need to feel safe to experiment with the language without being afraid of messing up.
Absolutely. It's all about building confidence.
And then there's another one here that I think is really important, especially for a lot of language learners who struggle with this. It says writing skills improvement.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. Good writing skills are super valuable in so many parts of life, from school to work to just communicating with people.
Absolutely. Okay, so moving on to the classes offered section. It looks like she offers a pretty wide variety of courses: everyday conversation, interview prep, test prep, business English, academic English. She really covers a lot of bases here.
That's impressive. It shows that she really understands why people want to learn English, right? Because there are so many different reasons, and she's developed specific courses to meet those needs. It really speaks to her experience and her ability to tailor her teaching.
And it also highlights the importance of figuring out your own personal goals for learning English. Like, what do you actually want to achieve?
Exactly. Knowing your why is so important.
So then she's got this trial lesson overview section.
Yeah.
And it looks like she offers a personalized chat, a skill assessment, and then a Q&A session.
Oh, that's fantastic. She really wants to get to know her students, figure out their needs before even starting the lessons.
Yeah, it's not just like a one-size-fits-all approach, right?
No, not at all. It's super personalized. By taking the time to understand the students' individual goals, their learning styles, their challenges, she can really customize the teaching and make it a much more effective learning experience for them.
Yeah, it's like creating a personalized roadmap for their language journey.
Exactly.
And then finally, there's this section called Classroom Guidelines. And it's really all about creating a positive and productive learning environment. It says she emphasizes preparation, a positive attitude, and open communication.
I love that. Those are so crucial for successful language learning. When students feel comfortable asking questions, making mistakes, really participating, they're going to be way more likely to actually engage with the material and learn and, make progress.
Yeah, it's all about creating that safe space where they can really flourish. So to sum it all up, Yolanda seems like a super qualified and experienced English tutor. She's got this really thoughtful approach to teaching, and she offers a really impressive range of classes.
If you're thinking about improving your English skills, her profile is definitely worth checking out.
And here's something for all of you to think about. We talked about her background in biological sciences, so could that actually make someone a better language teacher? Is there a connection between understanding, how life works and the intricacies of language? Let us know if you think.
Great question.
That's all you have time for today, but stick around, we've got more deep dives coming soon.
Until next time.